Numerous channels are creating animated cartoon story videos using AI and getting hundreds of thousands of views, and you too can be able to create such story videos. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that using just 5 steps. And just before we begin, I want to show you a snippet of what we'll be creating together.
Once upon a time, in a small African village, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Amina. One sunny afternoon, while exploring the forest, Amina stumbled upon an old magical calabash hidden beneath some leaves. The calabash glowed with a warm golden light. Curious and excited, Amina took the calabash home.
Yeah, so that is what I created using the exact 5 steps that I'm about to show you. Let's get started. So the first step is for us to get a script for our story, and for this we are going to use ChatGPT. So if you already have your own story, then you can go ahead and use that, but I'm going to be using ChatGPT for this one. So my first prompt will be to ask ChatGPT to give us some ideas. So the prompt is, give me 3 African cartoon animated stories that have a likelihood to do really well on YouTube. So as you can see, ChatGPT has given us 3 stories. So going through these stories, I think I like the second one. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to give me a story script about this particular story. So the prompt is, give me a story to narrate with a voiceover for a kids cartoon animated story for number whatever. So this one is number 2. I'm going to leave this entire prompt in the description down below. So we'll just enter that. Okay, so we have our story now. You can see we have the first scene, the second scene, and the third scene. We also have the different AI prompts down here. So it's only given us 3 prompts, so we are going to use this. So the first thing that I'd suggest you do is to copy everything that ChatGPT has given you for this particular story, and you put it in a Google Docs. This is going to make it really easy for you to work. So I'll just copy it and then we paste it in my Google Docs here. Yeah, so now we're going to go to the second step, and the second step is for us to start creating the AI images. So we're going to use the prompts that ChatGPT gave us. So we'll just copy the first prompt, and then we're going to go to Leonardo. So Leonardo is what I'm going to be using to create the images. You can use the link in the description down below to sign up for Leonardo. So once you're signed up and sign in, click on this image creation here, and now we can start creating our image. So the preset that we're going to use to create our images is this anime here. Yeah, so there's so many others that you can choose from. In the preset style, we're going to change this from anime general to anime illustration, and then we're going to ensure that our dimensions are 16 by 9. That is what we normally have for YouTube videos, and then we're going to create 4 images at a time so that it is going to be easier for us to choose from them. Okay, so now we're going to enter in our prompt here, and then we're going to just click on generate. So we have our 4 images created here. So when I look at them, let's just go through them one by one. So that's the first one. It has a bit of distortion. We have the second one here, and then we have the third one and the fourth one. I'm just going to save some of these in case I don't find like better ones to work with. So I'm going to create a folder. We're going to call it Amina. So I'm going to save this one inside of Amina in case I don't have another better image to work with, because I like everything else about it apart from maybe the little distortion. And then what we're going to do is that I'm going to click on generate again so that we have a new set of images. Yeah, so this is our new set of images, and these ones look rather nice. I like this second one, so we'll save this one in Amina. Yeah, I'll also download it just as an image. We're also going to save this third one here. Yeah, and also this fourth one does look nice. So we'll just organize them inside of our folder. So that is what you do when you're working. Just ensure that you keep organizing your things inside of your folders, because that is going to make it really easy for you to work. So now we can go into doing our second prompt. I think we have some nice images for our first one. And by the way, if you're enjoying the video, ensure you like it and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate all the love and support. Let's continue. So our second prompt is this one here for scene 2. We'll just copy that, and then we'll bring it back to Leonardo. We'll just remove this one, paste it here, and then now we are going to do something different. We're going to do character reference. So why I want to do character reference is because in the first images that we generated, I really liked the Amina that was generated. So that is what we are going to use as our character reference. So you just click on it, and then you just confirm, and now we can see we have our image added down here below the prompt. So now let's go to generate. Yeah, so now we're going to be generating the second prompt, but now we are using the character reference from the first images that we created. Yeah, so that you can see that this is now our Amina. So you can see she sort of looks like what we had before. Yeah, so I like these ones. I'm going to save all the ones I think I'm going to need in our Amina folder. We can now go to our third prompt. Yeah, so this is the third prompt, which is scene 3. So we'll just copy this, come back to Leonardo, and then we're just going to paste it here. And now we can remove the character reference. Since this one is talking of a mischievous boy, I'll just make a few edits to this. Click on generate. Yeah, so we have our images created here, but now something is wrong because I can immediately tell that this is not the theme we are going for. Yeah, so you can see these ones look really different from the images we got from Amina. So what we are going to do is something else called style reference. So just click on that button, go to your collections, find one of the images we liked of Amina. So we can use this one, click on confirm, and now we're going to click generate again. And for our second time generation, you can see that our images look more or less as those we had for Amina. Yeah, so that is what you can do with style reference. It just ensures that your images look more or less to a style that you probably like. So we'll save all the ones that we need for this one. And now that we are done with creating our images, we want to go to our third step. And the third step is for us to create some motion into these images. And for this, we are still going to use Leonardo, but now we're going to have to be on Leonardo, the paid version. So I'm on the paid version. Yeah, so you just go back to the home page of Leonardo, go to where it says motion, select your image. Remember, all our images are in the collection called Amina. So we're going to select an image, click on confirm, and then you can adjust the motion strength if you want to, and then you can just click on it to be able to start generating your motion image. Yeah, so for this one, you might have to wait a little bit for your video to be generated. Yeah, so we have our first video generated there. I really like it. Now you can keep doing this for all the different images that you would like to use in your video. You just do the same thing, go to motion, and then you select your image, and then you just click on generate to have your video generated. Yeah, so you do this for all the different images that you have. Now, once you're done, something really important is for you to go back to your story and just read through it, see whether there are images that you would want them to be part of the story that you did not create in the first part. This is because sometimes when ChatGPT is creating the AI prompts for you, it might decide to just summarize the images that you need, and then when you go to create your story, you might find that you don't have everything that you need to be able to create a really nice story. For example, if you go to scene 2 here, Amina's first wish, we can see somewhere here that the next morning the villagers were amazed to find their fields full of ripe crops. Now this is an image that I would want to be part of our story, so I'm just going to copy it, and then I'm going to go back to Leonardo, and because this is a really short line, I'm going to use this button to ask AI to improve the prompt for us so that we can get a more detailed image. So that is what you can do when you have a really short line and you want to create a more detailed prompt. You can ask the AI to be able to create that for you, and then we're going to create the images. Yeah, so you do this for the other different scenes that you feel may have been missed by the AI. Now, something really important that I wanted to show you is that when I come back to scene 3, you can see there's a section here that says the calabash glowed brightly and vanished, leaving behind a message. Yeah, so that is the message: true magic lies in kindness. So I want us to try and create this image. I feel it would be really nice if we had this as part of our story, so we'll just paste it here. Yeah, so we're going to ask AI to improve our prompt, and we also have the style reference here. So this is what we have, but you can see clearly none of these images have the message that you're looking for, but I really like this one. I think we can save that inside our Amina folder. Yeah, so let me edit this to see whether we can get our message now. Yeah, so that is what we have. Again, we don't have the message. Yeah, so what you can do, and this is a pro tip, you can go back to the preset and you can choose Leonardo Phoenix. Okay, so this is their latest model. So this is what we are going to use, and we're also going to ask AI to improve our prompt. Yeah, so you can see the message. We have it in the prompt there. Let's see whether we can get the message with this model. Yeah, and you can see now we have our message. Yeah, so you can see a bit of spelling mistakes here, but at least we have our message. That's what the third one looks like. Yeah, this fourth one looks kind of nice. Yeah, so this one is the one we are going to use. So we'll just save it inside our Amina folder. Yeah, so that's how you can use the different models. So you can just keep playing around with them until you get what you're looking for. So once you're done creating your images and putting some motion into them, we can now go to our fourth step. And our fourth step is creating the audio that we're going to be using for this particular story video. And for that, we're going to use 11 Labs. You can use the link in the description to sign up. So once you're signed up and signed in, go to the speech section and then you can paste in your script here. Okay, and then you can remove the sections of the script which we're not going to use. For example, we're not going to use this scene 3, scene 2, scene 1. So just remove them so that you have a clean narration. So once you're done, you're also going to choose a voice that you're going to use. So we have different voices that you can choose from. So just listen to them and get the one that you can use for your story. Yeah, so I liked Lily. Click on generate speech. Yeah, so once it's done, you can just download it. The other section is for you to find some music to use. For that, you can use the YouTube audio library. So I already have some music that I'm going to be using for that. So now, once you're done, this is the final step. It is for you to compile everything together. For that, we're going to be using CapCut. So ensure that you have everything in one folder labeled accordingly, especially if you're going to have dialogue in your story. So if you're going to have dialogue in your story where you are creating the audio in 11 Labs, you can use different voices. So you can download CapCut, and then once it's open, just come to the import section here and you just import everything that you're going to be using for this particular video. Yeah, so we have our videos imported here. You can also see we have the songs there. Yeah, and somewhere in here we have the 11 Labs narration. So that's what we are going to start with. We'll just have the narration here because that is what is going to guide us in us creating our video, and then we can start listening to it.
Once upon a time, in a small African village, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Amina.
Okay, so I'm going to split it somewhere there. It's going to be easier to work that way. So we'll just find something that we can use for that first part. So we can use that one. I'm also going to have it stretched so that it covers the entire section. So we'll just zoom in a little bit here. So we want it to go up until here. So you just put your playhead there, and then we're going to come to the speed. So we can reduce the speed a little bit there. Okay, that was too much, maybe until there. Yeah, so now we have our first part of the video.
Once upon a time, in a small African village, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Amina.
Okay, and then we have the second part.
One sunny afternoon, while exploring the forest, Amina stumbled upon an old magical calabash hidden beneath some leaves.
Okay, so we'll split it until there. Then I'll just add in the part where she's looking at the calabash. So I can use this one here. I wonder if I have another one. I think this one too, so that we have two. Yeah, so that is why it is good for you to create many images and also create motion from many of them. Yeah, so that when you come to editing, it's going to make your work really easy. So I'll quickly put in the rest of my images and video, exactly what we've done for the first three, and then we can move on to the next part. So I've added in all my images and motion videos into our story video here. So the other thing that you can do now that you're in CapCut, you can also add some effects into your videos. For example, in this first part here where we're introducing Amina, we're going to add an effect. So let's first of all play it without the effect.
Once upon a time, in a small African village, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Amina.
Okay, so in that first section, I want to add like an opening scene. So we're going to go to effects, and then we're going to use this one here, which says, I think, horizontal open. Okay, let's just place it over this one here. Okay, so the other one where I'm going to add in an effect is this one. Where I didn't quite get a good video from what I created from Leonardo. It kept getting distorted. I actually put in an image. So this one, I want to put some animation onto it. We can have it maybe fading in. So we just place that one over that one. Let me show you what it looks like now.
The next morning, the villagers were amazed to find their fields full of ripe crops. Amina smiled.
Yeah, so you can see there's a bit of motion happening there. And then the other one I'm going to add in something is this last part. Let me show you.
Amina and her village lived happily ever after.
Yeah, so that is what it looks like before. I'm going to add this ending part there. Yeah, so that we have this sort of effect happening on it. Yeah, and now we can go into adding some music. So just look for where your imports are, and then we'll find some music. I could use this one here, reduce the volume, and where it ends, ensure that you just cut it there. So remove this one. We're going to ensure that we have it fading out. Okay, so you can see the fade out effect happening here. Yeah, so the other thing that we're going to do is to add some captions to this. So we'll click on caption, click on auto caption, click on generate. It's going to generate the captions for us. Yeah, so we have our captions here. Yeah, they're the ones in brown. So when you want to edit them, just go to captions here, and then you can be able to just go through ensuring that what it says on the caption is actually what you would want it to say. Yeah, so once you've confirmed it's okay, now we are going to go into editing the captions. So we're going to look for a font style that we like. We can use this one. You can see that it has changed the text to all caps. Yeah, so instead of changing the color, maybe we can have these presets here. Yeah, I like that one, so we can go with that particular preset. You can also change the font size if you like, and then we can quickly just play this a little bit to see what it looks like. Yeah, I think it looks okay. So now we can export our video. Just click on export. Yeah, so we have our video ready now. Let's watch it together.
Once upon a time, in a small African village, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Amina. One sunny afternoon, while exploring the forest, Amina stumbled upon an old magical calabash hidden beneath some leaves. The calabash glowed with a warm golden light. Curious and excited, Amina took the calabash home. That night, she whispered her first wish into the calabash, asking for a bountiful harvest for her village. The next morning, the villagers were amazed to find their fields full of ripe crops. Amina smiled, knowing the magic calabash had granted her wish. As time went by, Amina made more wishes, always thinking of her village. But one day, a mischievous boy found out about the calabash and wished for all the toys in the world just for himself. The calabash's magic turned the toys into sand, teaching the boy a valuable lesson about greed. Amina then made her final wish, asking the calabash to help her village forever. The calabash glowed brightly and vanished, leaving behind a message. True magic lies in kindness and selflessness. Amina and her village lived happily ever after, always remembering the power of a kind heart.
Yeah, so that's our finished video. You can let me know what you thought of it in the comments. If you want more tutorials on how to use Leonardo, you can watch the videos on the screen.
My name is Blessing. Let me use my cell phone and show or discuss this AI toots together. This is the best AI tools I have seen before. I saw Rees in social media and I want to try it out. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to subscribe to more tutorials videos.